Good morning. Welcome into 104.5 The Zone. We've got just the three of us. We gave Ben Jones, well, not really. Ben Jones told us, no, I'm going to the beach instead of hanging out with you losers today. Brett Kern is off today because the show is only on until 11:30. Vol Network coverage will take over. Blaine and Zach also have the day off, and then 3HL will be there with you to recap the Vols game after the fact. So a quick sprint for us to lead up to some basketball. 615-737-1045 is the number. If you want to participate, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch is where you can chime in via the F&M Bank chat. Good morning, boys.
Good morning. Vibes are feeling pretty good. Pretty good after that game. A hotly contested four-quarter battle against the Seattle Seahawks.
Yes, they did cover, which is better than I would have expected, to their credit. What are you doing?
That was not me, bud.
It wasn't me.
That was definitely you.
There is no way, in no way, shape, or form was that my phone.
Bert?
I don't even know what the hell you're talking about.
Check your notifications. That's a Fox.
I got a Fox notification, but my ringer is off. It's silent.
No. That was him.
What's
that
it
was
sound like?
100.
What's the notification sound like?
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, I know. We both got the same notification. I'm saying the sound came from your phone.
Yeah, except my microphone was off and yours wasn't.
That's why it sounded distant.
The only fair way to do this, since we have no proof, is to suspend you both. And your suspension will start today at 11:30. I don't want to hear another word to stop it. Don't. I know you want to argue with me. It starts at 11:30 today. We will be back in full tomorrow. But until you two learn how to behave in the studio, I'm perfectly fine upholding the standard that this show holds.
No negativity to open the show today. Cam Ward gave a performance for Titans fans to be hopeful for. Tennessee drained the swamp. Vanderbilt.
Yeah, where's this coward?
Dismantled Kentucky. I want to hear from Ake and Shekaba. He promised he would call back on Monday.
Where is this coward that threatened to punch Lucas in the face? Or I guess that Lucas was going to get punched in the face by the Gators on behalf of the Tennessee Vols. And yet Tennessee went down there and handled business very, very comfortably in the swamp. It had to be lovely for you. Did you get rid of your little Billy Gonzalez voodoo doll that you have in your home?
It was a cathartic first half for sure. Obviously, they took the foot off the gas and just grinded out the third and fourth quarters. But to be leading 31-0 at halftime and for that game to just not be in doubt at any moment, there wasn't even a shred of a point in time where it felt like, okay, this could be dangerous. No BVS came bubbling to the surface on Saturday. Tennessee just ran the ball right down Florida's throat all night and didn't make any mistakes, played complimentary football probably for the first time all year for four quarters, and got the job done. Vanderbilt completely dismantled Kentucky. Pavio was unbelievable, and Draymond Jones even got a sack and a half on Sunday.
Robert texted me in the middle of the Titans game yesterday, very depressed because they had credited him with a full sack.
No,
initially.
I wasn't sad. That dude could have 100 sacks.
You literally texted me and said, I'm blank and depressed.
The depression was because we were down 10-3 to the lowly Jets, who you told me, there's no reason. Why are you worried about the Jets? So that's why.
Did you win the game?
Yes.
Okay.
But you have to feel feelings in between things, right? You don't just have like the initial and then the post. Like I think that's true for me. I have feelings during, and my feelings during were, what the hell is wrong with these guys? I raised my hands up. Like, I don't know if you're familiar with this because you probably weren't cool as a kid, but like in Dragon Ball Z, Goku raises his hands to ask for the energy of the earth to make a spirit bomb. I was raising my hands,
yes,
and I was
right,
like,
I'm not cool enough for
whoever is out there listening, give any of my energy, any of my body, make me a husk to return Lamar Jackson's feelings in his legs. Make me a shriveled piece of chewing gum in order to enable greatness that I know is in there. And it didn't listen, and I still felt like a husk.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry for you that you had. So you had a win that felt like a loss, and the Titans fans had a loss that felt like a win?
It is Moral Victory Monday for all of us.
I mean, here's there are things to be excited about if you're a Titans fan. Chimere Dike is objectively good at what he does. He had a 90-yard punt return touchdown. So let's just go through the things that we learned yesterday. Chimere Dike should be an all-pro.
Yeah, he's on that track.
He should be an all-pro. Like, flatly, and I'm not somebody to pump up guys that don't deserve it, or certainly I can be hyperbolic at times, but I don't think there's any hyperbole in the idea that Chimere Dike, and I'll look up his all-purpose yards probably tomorrow when we get through Monday Night Football to see where he is. I imagine he's towards the top still.
He's at the top of the league
at
in
this
all-purpose
point in
yardage.
time. Two now punt return touchdowns in the last 3 weeks, a 90-yarder yesterday that sparked a bit of a rally. Again, they lose because they're bad, but not for a lack of effort on special teams. The complementary football does not exist for this team, so they're going to continue to lose games until they get to a point where they can play at least reasonable levels of complementary football. The other thing that would make you feel better is Cam Ward's opening drive was about as efficient an opening drive as I've seen him have. I might argue that it was as efficient a drive as I've seen him have, both from a standpoint of the plays that he was making, the yards that he got with his legs, and the decisions that he made to get rid of the ball and how quickly he was getting rid of the ball. Now, again, do they score? No, because they're the only team in football that doesn't have an opening drive touchdown this year. And that continues to be the case now through the 12 weeks of football that they have participated in, 11 games because they had the Week 10 bye. Cam Ward was objectively good. I would say that was his best performance to date, and that is something that should make you feel that he is on the right track, because it's not just about a singular performance for me yesterday. It's the fact that he's now stacked performances where you feel good about Cam Ward's trajectory. And he's done it against the degree of difficulty, the defenses that he's done it against in Houston and in Seattle. That is enough for me to look up and say, okay, progress, and not just like, okay, the fourth quarter in Arizona, let's see how they respond in Vegas. Oh, my God, that's as bad an offensive performance as you've ever seen, right? It's not just kind of like this streaking shooting star moment that fades very, very quickly, and it doesn't matter then several weeks later.
Yeah, he carried over a 95-yard drive against Houston into this game. And again, considering everything that he is doing, he's doing things in spite of the offense basically being driven forward by a bunch of rookie playmakers, right? By the Titans having a non-existent run game. They haven't been able to run the football whatsoever over the last couple weeks.
He was the leading rusher again yesterday for the second straight week, and that's just not sufficient.
Yeah, on 37 yards. Titans netted 64 yards rushing. Tony Pollard was the lead rusher, not named Cam Ward, with 20 yards on 11 carries. So he's finding ways to be efficient, to not put the ball in harm's way, and it feels like he's doing a lot more of the off-schedule stuff that made him such an enticing prospect to begin with, doesn't it? Doesn't it feel like they're moving him out of the pocket a lot more? I mean, two of the coolest, I guess would be the word, plays he made yesterday were on the run, escaping pressure. The one where he's falling basically an inch from his knee hitting the ground and somehow gets the ball out to Chig. The off-schedule scramble where Restrepo just sits in the middle of the field between the hashes and Cam goes across the body to find him in a play that happened many times at Miami. So good to see the carryover and to see Cam Ward seems like growing up a little bit, little by little in this offense in a game, again, where it just feels like the Titans aren't even playing the same game in terms of how they're outmanned, outmatched in most cases across the field.
He looked as close to Miami Cam Ward yesterday as I've seen him look all season. Like, he looked comfortable. He had Xavier Restrepo out there to make some of these off-schedule plays. Because I don't think, and to Restrepo's credit, we'll get to that later. You'll hear from Mike McCoy on both of these players. I thought Mike McCoy gave a press conference like he won a game yesterday, which, I'm nitpicking, but I still think that irks me a little bit. I understand where they are. I understand what they're up against. I understand moral victories and all these different things. It's still not a moral victory. You lost. But what I will say about Mike McCoy, to his credit, is, one, he can be bullied into going for it on fourth down, clearly, because he went for it 7 times on fourth down yesterday. And two, I genuinely think he cares about Cam Ward and Xavier Restrepo and the players on the roster that he's trying to keep together. Like, I think Mike McCoy has a great deal of care for these players that he's trying to help through a very, very difficult time. And I do think that matters for all of them involved. That means something, and it should. I think that the Restrepo part of it, a lot is going to be made about a player who had 2 catches on 6 targets yesterday. One was negated by a hold. I can't remember if it was Skoronski or Zeitler that had a hold that negated the third reception. Or for Xavier Restrepo, he also dropped, it looked like he dropped a touchdown, potentially.
I'm not calling that a drop. That seems...
I didn't think it was a great ball by Cam Ward either, but we can get into that later.
I mean, call that a drop. It seems insane, but continue.
I mean, he had the ball hit him in his hands. I thought he could have made a play on the ball.
Sure. Like it was a bit of a 50-50 ball. Defender made a play on it. Restrepo didn't, but drop feels harsh on that play.
He did not win a contested catch.
Sure. That is fair.
Okay. But they lose. So, I think there is a lot of harm in the continued losses this way, but I understand that it's as good a result as a Titans fan. If you're a fan, that you could hope for, right? You get the good Cam Ward game. You stay on track for the number 1 overall pick. You see more out of the young guys, and Xavier Restrepo makes a couple of plays that make your day a little better. I love that Cam Ward and Xavier Restrepo don't care about moral victories. That's the most gratifying thing that I saw yesterday is that they're like, yeah, I don't care about this stuff. I lost. That's the kind of player that you want, even as you understand that in the long term, the losing is going to at least set them up for more opportunities. But I do want to point this out, okay? Lucas, how many consecutive seasons have they had with double-digit losses now? Yesterday was the 10th loss of the season.
Started in 23?
22. 4 consecutive seasons.
Oh, yeah, 7 and 10 and 22.
So 2 Mike Vrabel seasons, 1 Brian Callahan season, 1 Callahan, Mike McCoy season. But this is 4 consecutive double-digit losses for the franchise, okay? So just losing for the sake of better draft capital does not guarantee that you're going to get it right. And I understand that you feel optimistic about the Mike Borgonzi thing, and maybe it will be different this time. I will grant you that it can be different this time around. But if you're just talking about losing for the sake of better draft picks, I would point to the last 4 seasons and say, yeah, that hasn't helped you yet in a meaningful way. So we can get into the nature of Cam Ward's best game coming up next. 615-737-1045 is the number if you would like to participate there. I'm Buck Rising. It's 1045 The Zone. We are getting ready to be right in the thick of the holidays, right? That's coming up on Thursday, if I'm not mistaken, for Thanksgiving. And if you're hosting people, there's nothing worse than dealing with a plumbing, HVAC, or electrical emergency right before the family comes to town. Most of the time, you don't know what it will cost or if it'll get fixed correctly, or if someone is just trying to sell you something. When you call Hiller Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electrical, their experts are going to solve your problems quickly. The price you're told is the price you'll actually pay. There's no hidden fees or surprises when you get your bill. Hiller has been in business for over 35 years and is family owned and operated. Their techs are professional, experienced, and trustworthy. And when they're on their way, you'll receive a photo to track the tech and a link to track them in real time. No more wasting time waiting around. 100% satisfaction guarantee of happy you'll be, or the service is free. That's the Happy Hiller promise. So book online today at happyhiller.com. Welcome back to the show. Fueled by Hattie B's Hot Chicken. You can still get Hattie B's Thanksgiving orders in, yes, Lucas? Potentially. A hot turkey. They're putting out recipes, Hattie B's themed recipes for your Thanksgiving feast, maybe your Friendsgiving. I suppose Friendsgiving, the time for Friendsgiving is officially passed if we've approached Thanksgiving week.
Yeah, I think last weekend was probably the expiration for Friendsgiving window season. I have not been informed that the Thanksgiving options are no longer on the table, but I can double check.
Okay. HattieB.com for more information. You can download the app if you want to get your hot chicken fix before you get your turkey. I'm not a turkey person. I'm anti-turkey.
Yeah, we're not doing turkey this year.
Yeah, smart.
Oh, I would love a hot chicken stuffing.
Ooh, that sounds delightful.
Okay.
Why don't you just give Nick Bishop a list of things that you would like him to make with Hattie B's ingredients?
They do a whole fried turkey, which would be better than anything I would do at home.
At Hattie B's.
Yeah, Hattie B's. That's part of their Thanksgiving, make your Thanksgiving hot options.
Yes. See, I think y'all ain't hung out with enough rednecks to know what good turkey is. I'm sure Hattie B's turkey is exceptional. But what my family does, anytime they go turkey hunting and bring them back, they make turkey nuggets. So they take the breast, cut them up, and it's like Chick-fil-A nuggets, but turkey. They're incredible. It's the only kind of turkey that I will bend over backwards to eat.
The best Thanksgiving I have ever been a part of, because famously I grift off of other people's Thanksgiving because the Titans have practice on Thanksgiving, so I'm going to be in town. Tehran, I can't remember what year it was, invited me over for his family's Thanksgiving, and it's the best Thanksgiving I've ever had.
I bet they throw down.
I didn't know that you could do spare ribs for Thanksgiving. I didn't know that you could have all of the foods that are not Thanksgiving themed, but just do it on Thanksgiving and have it in an actual fryer, perhaps an air fryer with all manner of different sides. It was delightful. It took us way longer to eat than I was expecting. I had to build in 2 extra additional hours for the time that we would actually sit down and have the meal, but it was fun. It may be the best holiday meal I've ever had in my life.
The Thanksgiving-itis is one of the best feelings there are. Falling asleep with football on in the background at a relative's house that you very rarely ever see. It's got a funny smell. You end up going to their garage fridge to steal a couple beers from your uncle who's very territorial about it. A-plus feeling.
Yes. The most underrated holiday, by far.
There is a Vanderbilt fan in the comment section arguing that it is the most overrated holiday. Would you like to make that personal?
Well, it's just foolish. It's foolish. In what way is Thanksgiving overrated?
If their family sucks at cooking.
Yeah, if they make the driest of turkey. Mm-hmm.
Or it's like green bean casserole, but it's sloppy.
Yeah,
like if they just ain't got grannies no more and all their grannies' recipes just...
That's the only way that you don't like Thanksgiving, right? Because it's definitely not overrated because it constantly gets overshadowed by Christmas. Everybody's trying to get a jump on Christmas decorations and already trying to play Christmas music before we even reach Thanksgiving. So it is by nature an underrated holiday. So if you don't like it, I assume that your family just doesn't really get the job done when it comes to putting the food on the table and making sure the turkey isn't dry.
I think it's fair. I think if you have an issue with Thanksgiving, it's not an actual issue with the holiday. I think you should take it up with your family. I think it should cause great discomfort and tension at your family Thanksgiving. For most people, it's politics and the discourse that comes with that. No, it's the bad food.
And you don't have to do turkey. Like, do whatever you want.
Nobody's making you.
You could do a Cornish hen if you wanted to.
Have you ever had quail?
Yeah, yes.
Quail is delightful.
It is exceptional. I love quail. Someone in the chat says Bert and Buck, and I would include Lucas in this as well. How about we take y'all on a turkey hunt? Whoever here has land and wants to let me hunt on it, I would be more than happy to come out and shoot the breeze with you and your family and hunt any available land that you would let me go on.
You can come to my parents' house. They live on 25 acres, and Rick famously shoots deer off the front porch.
Shut up.
Off the back porch.
I need to get in contact with Rick. Before we move on, best turkey call, both of y'all.
I don't even know what a turkey sounds like.
Yes, you do. You know what the commercial turkeys sound like.
Gobble, gobble?
You have to go like the... Do that, though. I want y'all to make the noise. There you go. Okay, I appreciate that.
How did you just do that? Do that again. Do that motion. Like,
you can't do that without moving your hands there?
He stuck his tongue out and then, used his hand to trill his tongue.
You can't just without your hand?
I guess not.
You know who else doesn't need their hands? Xavier Restrepo, because he was catching everything. I guess he might need
2 of 6.
I was trying to make a transition. That was rough. I'm sorry, guys. I'll retire. You know what? Self-imposed suspension at 11:30 today.
Shadows right now. And by the way, I don't like when he can send himself to the shadows faster than I can berate him. It's very undermining.
Did you say something? Did you need me?
Take your ass back there right now.
I mean, Restrepo did.
No, it's fine.
He did what was asked of him.
He did. He looked like he belonged.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, okay? Because I came away from that understanding. We had Brett Kern in here on Friday, and I asked Brett, hey, the special teams attributes that a player on the practice squad who is getting called up for a game day needs to have. Can you walk us through what that looks like? And Brett gave a very detailed response on all of the special teams duties and the kind of roles that guys like that are expected to have, and the fact that Brett Kern, who's a punter, would not get told until Saturday who was going to be his special teams unit, for lack of a better term, which I'm sure is frustrating. But on the offensive side of the ball, Restrepo played 18 snaps. He had, and I don't know how many of those were dropbacks. Off the top of my head, I know he was thrown at 6 times. He caught 2. 1 was negated by a penalty. He, for as often as Cam Ward is going to have to just run around and make plays outside of structure, the thing that I will acknowledge that the audience is the most right about is that the chemistry on off-script plays between those two, because they have done it 1,000,001 times over the course of their last college season together, is greater than Mason Kinsey being turned around 6 ways from Sunday while he's looking for a ball on a route that he's never run.
It looked so second nature to Restrepo.
It did.
When Cam got on the run.
Said scramble drill.
Rolling out and full-on scramble drill. The way he just turned his head and made a beeline to the wide open space of grass in the middle of the field and just sat waiting. He knew that ball was coming, and it did, even though Cam was in the most awkward, unbalanced place to make that throw.
I thought he was out of bounds when he threw it. Like, I could not believe really that he got that pass off.
Yeah, it was some good arm strength on the play, but Restrepo was like, oh, yeah, no, we've done this before. Yeah. I know exactly where to go.
So can I hear from Mike McCoy? Because that was, of course, something that came up in the press conference yesterday. Let's start with Mike McCoy on the Xavier Restrepo Cam Ward connection, Robert, at your earliest convenience.
You know, there's some plays. I asked Cam last night what the over-under was, or I shouldn't say that, but that way. But I said, how many balls is he going to catch? And, he made his comment, and I'm like, okay. Wish every receiver caught that many. But, I think I'll watch the tape and really look at it and see. I know there's a couple ad-libs in there. But just, I'd say this. All those guys, Strep, Pro, and Mason, to where they were at the beginning of the season, and you see how hard they worked every single day to help our defense. And then when they would fill in offensively, because they never knew, and obviously Mace and Pro had been up before, this and that, but it's just that's what this game is all about, making the most of your opportunities, especially a young player like him, that he got an opportunity to finally dress today and goes out there, makes some plays, and it's just you feel that's what it's. I mean, I'm so happy for those guys because you get rewarded for all the hard work, and that doesn't always happen in this business. You depend on what team you're on and the injuries and all those things come into play. And then, see some of the linemen come in today. We had 2 guys go down, and next thing you know, here comes 2 other guys that step up, and that's the way it's been the last couple of weeks, and we just keep going up and down the field at certain times, and it's just, that's the reward, and that's what I keep telling you guys. I love this football team. I love the way they work. They're unselfish. They love playing together, but it's about winning, and we got to find a way to make more plays to win one of these games.
Just a quick follow, if I could. The ad-lib stuff, there's clearly something with Cam and Restrepo there. Can that be a benefit to you guys moving forward, given that those situations will happen?
They probably have something in their helmets communicating with each other, talking back and forth. I think it's just Cam's probably thrown more balls to him than anybody else. So I think that if you looked at the sideline a couple times, I looked back there one time and it was like, Strep was there, like right in his ear, sitting on the corner of the bench and just talking to him. And I'm like, okay, this is interesting. But that's the relationship they have, and they've had a lot of success playing together. I think it's just great to see them playing at this level together. just pleased with the two of them and the way they work. And really, what you love about him, too, is the love for the game. I mean, Strep, really, he loves the game of football, and, you guys deal with him all the time. But just the way he approaches it, he's unselfish, and, he was told what he needed to do to kind of continue his development with the kicking game and things like that. And once we told him that, he was in there, living in there to kind of figure a way, because he has a burning desire to get out there like he did today.
So that is Mike McCoy post-game when asked about Xavier Restrepo and Cam Ward. He was pretty funny yesterday.
He was. Restrepo only got one special team snap.
Yeah, Mason Kinsey played, 76% of the special team snaps?
77. He played 20, Kinsey did. Restrepo played 1. Restrepo played 19 snaps on offense. Kinsey 8 snaps on offense. So the question here is, what happens if and when Alec Ayumanner comes back into the lineup? Who goes down?
Oh, well, Xavier Restrepo's not up, right?
Yeah, he was the game day elevation.
So if Ayumanner's back, then there's no Restrepo.
In all likelihood, yeah. Like, Kinsey at this point is on the active roster.
Now, what they could do is they could waive Mason Kinsey. They could put Restrepo on the active roster. They could put Kinsey back on the practice squad. That could be a thing.
But again, it does depend on Restrepo's special teams ability.
Mason Kinsey is the better special teams player.
Like, that's clear. Again, one snap, and I think it was on a kickoff. Restrepo's one special team snap.
I can't remember exactly.
So we'll see if anything happens with that this week. Obviously, they don't have to rely on Kinsey as the punt returner as long as DK is healthy. So maybe there is something there. But yeah, you're right. Restrepo, as of today, is back on the practice squad.
If he was not called up next week, if Ayumanner can play and Xavier Restrepo remains on the practice squad, nobody should be surprised. Now, I would say that I would advocate if one is going to play, if there's enough special teams value for Restrepo that you can do away with the Mason Kinsey experience, that's fine. But if it's not a choice between Kinsey and Restrepo at that point, it's a choice between Restrepo and Ayumanner. And I don't think that the vast majority of Titans fans are going to say Xavier Restrepo to the detriment of Alec Ayumanner. Like, I don't think that's a reasonable or sound argument.
I think a more plausible argument would be to who's the most recent guy that they brought up to the 53-man roster and added, just for circumstance, who was it that they added to the 53-man roster at the wide receiver position?
Crochet.
Okay, so maybe what I would say is...
Oh, by the way, did he not lead them in receiving yesterday?
No, he didn't. It was
DK. And
Helm.
Gunner yeah,
did.
Helm and DK were both above him.
I meant as a receiver.
But so as
DK
far as Kinsey,
is also a receiver.
So Kinsey's biggest... He's obviously a better special teams player than Prochet. I think we saw that Xavier Restrepo has a longer developmental line than Prochet does, so they should just cut him. Cut him and add Restrepo to the roster.
Why do you hate him?
It's nothing about hating him. It's just that
that's not true.
Prochet is a free agent after this year.
Now the audience knows you're lying.
He's not as good of a special teams player as Mason Kinsey.
Nice catch over the middle of the field.
That 25-yarder.
Blind squirrel. You know the whole thing. So what I would say
listen, I've been waiting for a blind squirrel all year, bud.
Well, you have him. You have a blind squirrel. And Xavier Restrepo, you found one. Congratulations. Hooray. I wish I had confetti to
Hooray! Surely you have some shredded paper back there, something that you could turn, some trash that you could just throw in the air. I imagine that room is just filled with trash.
I mean, this game felt as rookie, like the rookies took the headlines in this game more so than most of the games we've had this year. Not just with Cam's performance, but obviously with what DK did, Restrepo's debut. Gunnar Helm, again, the efficiency is there. 7 targets, caught 6 to lead the team with 51 yards. And on defense, Kevin Winston Jr. leading the team in tackles with 10. And he got beat on a Jackson Smith and Jigba touchdown. They got him matched up a couple times with Titans safeties, and that worked out pretty well for JSN, who, by the way, has already broken the single-season receiving record for Seattle, which is insane.
He was awesome yesterday.
It's week 12.
Robert, what did we look up yesterday? He had the 9th.
It was 8th or 9th.
8th or 9th single best receiving performance against the Titans since 1999. DeAndre Hopkins and Andre Johnson have a couple of them.
I was going to ask Lucas if he could name any of the performances that were better.
DeAndre Hopkins and Andre Johnson.
Yeah, that's
what years? What years?
D-Hop against the Seahawks?
No, against the Titans.
Wait, yeah, that's what I meant. D-Hop, I'm going to say, I don't know, 2017? 14, he had, 238 yards? Johnson would have been before that.
I think the Andre Johnson single-game performance was the game that he fought Cortland Finnegan.
it would have been like 2010.
I think 2008.
Okay. The Calvin Johnson single season record is 1,964 yards.
He could break it.
He's like 600 yards from it. They have 6 games left.
And I know people...
It's within striking distance.
I know people were trashing Amani Hooker for that 63-yarder that JSN had over his head. I don't know what Amani Hooker's supposed to do there. Like,
it's just a good matchup.
It's just a ridiculous. Yeah. It's a great matchup for Seattle. It's an unbelievable catch through contact because Amani Hooker gets a hand in there too, and JSN is able to hold on to the ball and just trots into the end zone very, very lackadaisically afterwards. You don't have one of those, and Seattle does, and it's why they're the most explosive passing game, one of the most explosive passing games in football.
Marcus Harris had a couple PBUs, so
he did.
The rookies just kind of kept popping up throughout the course of this game on both sides of the ball.
They're all playing.
Yeah,
right?
For sure. But
there's nobody on this roster that you haven't seen yet.
Well, we haven't seen it as much on defense because Femi Oladejo has been injured, and Kevin Winston Jr. obviously had a very late start to the season. Marcus Harris is just now starting to get a lot of snaps on defense. So we're seeing it on both sides of the ball a lot more at this point.
And also, I saw some comments there in the FNM Bank chat, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. We can get to your phone calls too, Robert, at your convenience, 615-737-1045, if you would like to chime in on yesterday's loss. The idea that if you let Restrepo revert back to the practice squad, as he has, would you be in danger of losing him because now teams have seen him? And I would say the other teams don't have Cam Ward.
Yeah.
Like they don't have the guy that makes Xavier Restrepo look more like he belongs than he would in any other, 31 other sanitized environments, right? Because Xavier Restrepo yesterday is not winning within structure. He's winning on these off-schedule plays that they've done a million times. And that matters because Cam Ward is running for his life out there.
You know where we're seeing kind of the inverse of that is Tyler Lockett, who shows up in Vegas with Geno Smith, and suddenly they're getting Tyler Lockett the football. He's had like his 3 highest yardage marks of the season in the last 3 games playing for the Raiders. He had 62 yards yesterday in that loss to Cleveland. So it's not an unusual thing. Guy that quarterback has thrown the ball to disproportionately more than any other receiver he's ever played with.
For sure.
You see it all the time. So, yes, I'd be surprised if Restrepo went back down and immediately got swept up.
Also, the Raiders.
Awful. Bad team. They just fired Chip Kelly.
The fact that the Titans, and Brian Callahan got fired after losing to the Raiders, so no small thing. But.
Hey, the Titans do have, as they get ready to play the Jags, they already have a transitive property victory over Jacksonville.
I'm not doing, you cannot both do moral victory Monday and transitive property win Monday with me. I will not.
Transitive property Tuesday. That's tomorrow.
That's right. Jacksonville tried so hard to blow this game. 4 turnovers by Trevor Lawrence. They did everything they could to blow this game. Yeah. And the Cardinals just couldn't take advantage.
615-737-1045 is the number. Brian is next.
Yes.
Hey guys. Sorry. I've got one question about Xavier Restrepo. It just does not make any sense to me factoring in special teams so hard with the way that special teams has been the only good phase of our entire team. Like, why wouldn't you factor in Xavier Restrepo as more of an offensive weapon? Because obviously he clicks with Cam Ward, and whether it's just this year or 2 years from now, even if he just contributes this year, you add his value and you can trade him away too. But
trade him away. Come on, let's relax.
Well,
trade him away.
But
Get 2 catches. Come on.
Out of him, but I mean, you guys are acting like special teams is a problem, and it's not.
No, but
he's a little bit better on special teams. But Xavier Restrepo catches ball, gets open. He obviously has chemistry with Cam Ward. So why not take the guy and utilize him instead of just factoring for the tangibles that everybody else gets so fixated on?
Because he's going to have to play special teams, and if you take a better special teams player off the special teams unit that is good and your special team suffers as a result, if Xavier Restrepo goes out there, misses a tackle or something like that, and you give up a punt return touchdown, then are you going to be talking about how good your special teams is? No, of course not. He's going to have to do both is the point. Can he play a larger role on offense if he is up in that situation than Mason Kinsey? Absolutely. Nobody's disputing that. But there is some cost-benefit analysis that has to be taken into account there. I do appreciate the call, and it's a well-made point. But there is it's not just a no-brainer. Let him play more offense. He has to play special teams. He's the last receiver on the roster. If he's active for a game day, he's playing special teams.
He made it a conversation this week.
Sure. Oh, for sure.
Yeah. So that's a credit to him.
Yeah, no, I'm not. There's nothing against him, but they do have to take these other things into consideration.
No, you hate him, and it shows.
Okay. That's fine.
I mean, I think there's a point to be made. How many special team snaps did he have this week?
1.
So he doesn't have to play. So,
but they had Kinsey up too. Are they going to have Prochet, Kinsey, and Xavier Restrepo on every roster if Iamaner's back?
When Elliott comes back, yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
I think you find those guys. I think that you're just really poo-pooing on the future star of the Tennessee Titans. And all Tennessee Titans fans should be extremely happy that they have a new slot receiver for Cam moving forward.
Why will you not just allow me to be happy for a player who got his first NFL opportunity and also point out some logical things?
For how much Robert hates James Prochet, Buck hates Restrepo just as much, and it's a shame. It just doesn't, it's not logical. I'm not getting why, but clearly you just have a disdain for him and wish him the worst.
Okay, well, let's talk about something that Lucas is going to hate when the Vols lose to Vandy by 70 coming up next. Hooray!
Selling your home can be stressful, but it doesn't have to be. Get a guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate. There are no showings, no open houses, no stress. Work with the #1 real estate team in the U.S. and close with confidence. Go to markspain.com today.
You're making money on Saturday night if you bet the Vols money line, despite all the bad juju that Tennessee has experienced in the swamp, 31-11. Weird score, but Tennessee basically handling business the whole way through. The first time since 2003, as it's been brought up many, many times. Chris Doering hoping that you would continue to psych yourself out on Saturday night, but that was not indeed the case. Vols basically had it won in the first half and just kind of cruised in the second, where Florida was able to find a field goal and then had a touchdown and a 2-point conversion in the fourth quarter, but by then the game was well out of hand. So you've exercised one demon, but this next demon is a demon that's got a little more spike to it. If you are going to... What is this game opened at between Tennessee and Vanderbilt? What's the opening line?
I was going to say, I think Vandy's the one... The exercising demons pendulum swings, and Vanderbilt's the one trying to exercise some demons in this game.
Don't look it up. Have you looked it up?
No, I haven't.
I think Tennessee's favored by 3.5.
Buck?
2.5. Vols.
Tennessee is favored currently by 5.5 points.
Oh, interesting.
Depending on what book you look at. The opening line was, okay, this is my fault. Opening line was 5.5. Now, depending on where you look at 2.5 to 3.
5.5 feels a lot. Vanderbilt's defense is not going to be talked about, and I know it's Kentucky. And did Cutter Boley get hurt in this game? He's dealing with a neck injury?
I couldn't tell if he got hurt or if they just straight up benched him because, Zach Calzada came in for a few plays.
Money Calzada.
Don't lose
Calzada.
count. Don't lose count, Garrett. I think that was the name of the guy he was going
Garrett,
after.
that's so
it's the most random name. He was going after some dude on the internet named Garrett, showing him stacks of cash. Vanderbilt played better defensively against Kentucky than Tennessee did, that's for sure. But Diego Pavia is just on the best run of his career right now. These last 2 to 3 games, he's been remarkable. 484 yards, 33 of 39, incredibly efficient, 5 touchdowns in the air, another touchdown on the ground, 48 rush yards. He did have the 1 interception, but just in full control, and Vanderbilt just routed Kentucky. This felt like the kind of game that had potential to get interesting with what Kentucky has kind of shown in the last couple weeks, and Vandy, to their credit, did not let that happen. So both teams are coming off a confidence-building performance heading into this game on Saturday, and it's the most buzz a Tennessee-Vandy game has had in my lifetime. I mean, I don't think it's particularly close. A top 20 matchup. The idea that if certain things happen, Vandy could get into the playoff if they win. They got no help on Saturday, though. None. Like the Vandy rooting guide went over last weekend. But if you're Vanderbilt, all you can do is go into this game, try to get to 10 wins, which in and of itself felt like an unfathomable thing not very long ago for this program. I've got it at 2.5 for Tennessee, by the way, on ESPN Bet.
Yeah, did you guys not hear what I said? That it opened at 5.5? That was my mistake. It opens at 5.5. Now it is 3 to 2.5, depending on your book. Yeah, I'll just start doing this every time I do an update. For anybody in their car right now, I'm mouthing words.
Like a Shador?
No, you're making more noise than Shador did. Although, how exhausting is this Shador thing going to be?
I know.
That he beat up on the Raiders. And listen,
he was fine.
He beat up on the Raiders.
Yeah, got a week of practice.
Titans couldn't beat up on the Raiders. So the fact that Shador Sanders and Cam Ward have the same amount of wins in their NFL career is going to be a mind-numbing discourse when those two teams play in 2 weeks.
Joey Aguilar is over 3,000 yards on the season. He is the 5th player in Tennessee history to reach that mark after leading Tennessee to a 20-point victory in Gainesville. By the way, Tennessee's most lopsided win in Gainesville since the 50s. Aguilar, 204 yards in the air on 17 of 22, 1 touchdown. Vols ran the ball for 248 yards. But he joins a club of only 4 other players in Tennessee history to go over 3K passing. Can you name them?
I'm sorry, I wasn't listening. What did you say?
I actually wasn't. I was reading something.
Joey Aguilar is the 5th player in Tennessee football history to go over 3,000 passing yards in a season. Can you name the other 4?
Over 3,000 yards passing in a season?
Yes.
Hendon Hooker?
Yes.
I'm sure Peyton did it once.
Yeah, a couple times.
Did Tyler Bray do it?
Yes.
Look at you, ball knower.
Last one would be
Oh, was
Eric
that not
Ainge?
3? I thought there was only 3. Oh, you looked it up.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I don't care about any of your stats.
I was going to give you a fun hint. I was going to say he was Ramon's quarterback, and I was going to...
Yeah, wasn't he Ramon's quarterback? Yeah, that's how I knew it. Ramon talks about him all the time, glowing.
God, so disappointing.
I did know Tyler Bray, though.
No, you didn't.
Nah, just kidding. I didn't know that.
Tyler Bray was a gunslinger, man. Had a few years in the NFL. Yeah, Dobbs came that close.
Yeah.
On 2 occasions.
I mean, if Hendon Hooker hadn't been so recent, I probably would have said Dobbs. Pavia was awesome against Kentucky. He has now put together performances where he looked, I mean, and Vanderbilt's just making it look easy on both sides of the ball right now. I know Auburn gave him a run for their money a couple of weeks ago on defense, and Auburn, just the first sign of life they've really showed all season long, and I don't know that that's replicable for Auburn in another situation. I suppose we'll find
Iron
out.
Bowl could get spicy.
Iron Bowl could get spicy.
Deuce Knight was here for 5 minutes playing for Lipscomb Academy when he was in high school.
Also, this Jared Curtis kid, the 5-star, where does he play? Locally?
Nashville Christian.
Nashville Christian. He's currently committed to Georgia. Lucas sent us an article over the weekend. And what is the source?
Tom Loy of 24/7 Sports.
So a credible person for a credible recruiting
that
site.
covers recruiting, yes. Said he expects Jared Curtis to eventually flip to Vanderbilt.
From Georgia.
And like
a 5-star quarterback flipping from Georgia to Vanderbilt.
Whether it happens or not, but just the fact that it's something that's being floated out there, and Vandy did just have a quarterback decommit. And so people are reading between the lines here and saying, okay, was something communicated to this kid? Obviously, Curtis visited a couple of weeks ago, but we're in an era where it's not that insane for Jared Curtis, if the money is there especially, to say, you know what, no, I'm going to do something that's unprecedented. I'm going to be the do what Dylan Raiola did, who was also committed to Georgia. Said, no, I'm going to go where I'm a legacy, Nebraska, where my dad was great, where my uncle coaches.
That would be so sick if Vanderbilt's able to land him. And it doesn't mean that he'll be good or anything like that, but man, what a coup for that program as they continue to try and build this thing up. All right, the one Vanderbilt fan that we have in the audience.
Let's hear him.
Eli has called you back.
Gentlemen, Lucas.
Mm-hmm.
What's up?
Hope we're having a fine Monday today. I've been wanting to talk trash to all the Vols fans, but all of them just keep rooting for Vandy while y'all are fighting for a spot in a Pop-Tart Bowl. We're trying to control our destiny in the playoffs.
I wish we could be in the Pop-Tart Bowl.
Aren't you expected to be in the Pop-Tart Bowl?
No, it's not an SEC bowl game.
Oh.
But they all just cheer for us. They're flipping sides now. Y'all are wishy-washy. You beat Florida by infinity, and then you still find stuff to complain about. So have fun losing the Doors by 30. Have a good one.
Thanks for the call, Eli. Who's complaining?
It's such a Vandy thing to do. Have a good one after talking smack to you
I
about
more. I want more. Why is Eli the only one?
We're still looking for Jake from Shikaba.
Ake. It was Ake from Shikaba.
Ake.
He promised he would call back.
A.K.A. Jake from Shedville, if you're out there.
Got a feeling we're not going to hear from him.
Coward.
Don't be so sure. I think he might come in studio. He reached out to me, said he wanted to meet you.
Are you just going to lie this entire segment?
Lies. Prove it.
We need to start doing this like late night talk show stuff. Well, he's here.
What, like we're Maury?
He's behind the curtain. The test results say that you are not the Vanderbilt fan.
615-737-1045. More of your phone calls. We can get back into the Titans as well. Coming up next.
So Thanksgiving is coming up in just a few days. That's right. It's this week, and it might have snuck up on you. If it did, that's okay, because Hattie B's has you covered. That's right. Our overlords at Hattie B's Hot Chicken have confirmed to us that the Thanksgiving menu is still an option until Wednesday. You've only got a couple of days to head to HattieB.com and make your Thanksgiving hot with a whole fried turkey, with Jack Daniel's cranberry sauce, with giblet confit gravy, whipped potatoes, carrot souffle, sourdough stuffing, green beans with bacon and shallots, pimento mac and cheese, a Hattie B's classic, hot chicken dip. How about hot chicken sausage balls? And, of course, the banana pudding and peach cobbler, the fine Hattie B's desserts that, by the way, you can get for free just by downloading the Hattie B's app. Visit any one of their 7 Middle Tennessee locations. Of course, also Nissan Stadium when you're watching the Titans game. But head to HattieB.com before Wednesday and make your Thanksgiving hot. It is 11:09. Good morning from the 104.5 The Zone Studios. I'm Lucas Panzica. The Tennessee Titans trailed 23-3 in the third quarter against Seattle at home and rallied, outscoring the Seahawks 21-7 down the stretch, but came up short in a 30-24 final. Cam Ward, 28 of 42, 256 yards, 1 touchdown, no turnovers, also a rushing score on a career high 37 rush yards for Ward. The Titans fall to 1-10. Mike McCoy will meet with the media coming up today at 1:30. Right here on The Zone, you'll hear Vol Network coverage of Tennessee Rutgers beginning at 11:30. That's right, coming up in just 30 minutes. Vols tipping off in an hour. Speaking of the Vols, Tennessee went down to Gainesville and won in the Swamp for the first time since 2003. A 31-11 final. Tennessee led 31-0 at the half, and the Vols return home at 8-3 to host the 9-2 Vanderbilt Commodores, who will be looking for a 10-win season after Vanderbilt took care of business. 448 yards from Diego Pavia in the air in a 45-17 demolishing of the Kentucky Wildcats. Monday Night Football action tonight happening on the West Coast. Panthers at Niners in an NFC matchup, 7:15 the kick. You can hear the Westwood One call right here on The Zone. For all your foundation repairs and waterproofing needs, visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Titans and Vols. This is 104.5 The Zone.
Welcome in on this Monday. Hour 1 is done. There is only half of Hour 2 to go, and there is no Hour 3 because, as Lucas tells you, or told you correctly, Vol Network coverage will supplant us and cover 2 for the afternoon. 3HL will be on a little later. They'll be able to react to the Vols result on this Monday. There are a few people in the chat who are disappointed in us taking a half day, to which I say, I don't care. We're very excited about it. We are all going to go to a local establishment and potentially eat wings and watch basketball, which makes me very happy in the middle of the day on a Monday.
The Rutgers Scarlet Knights.
Mighty Big Ten Rutgers.
Who's the best player in Rutgers basketball history?
Ooh, that's a good question. I don't know many Rutgers basketball players. I know they've had a fair amount of guys go pro in the NFL.
I don't know that I can name one.
Logan Ryan is the most famous name I associate with Rutgers.
Ray Rice.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it can name plenty of football ones. Ace Bailey, he made all that noise. And I have no idea how his rookie year's going. Let's see. Phil Sellers is the highest scoring player in Rutgers history. Played for the Pistons back in the day.
Okay, very good. So, 615-737-1045, we gave, Ben Jones took the day off to go to the beach. He went to his first Georgia game in 16 years.
That's crazy.
The most famous Rutgers player is Jim Valvano.
Oh, nice.
Wow. Okay.
1964 to 1967.
Everybody's yelling Kenny Britt at me in the chat. I'm talking about basketball. Yes.
He said basketball. He did say basketball. So, we will dive back into the Titans, but we have been, of course, talking about the Vols win at the Swamp. We talked about Vanderbilt dismantling. By the way, congratulations to Vanderbilt for an undefeated season at home this year. Has that ever happened before? Or at least not in
the modern era.
Not in this century. Certainly not. I mean, I'm sure there's a date from the 20s or the 40s where Vanderbilt has been undefeated at home.
No, it is incredible what they've done this year. It really is.
So we're excited for Vandy. Lucas is acting like he's excited to Vandy until he loses to Vandy this weekend, and then we will see how his excitement for Vandy wanes.
1982, Robert says, is the last time they went undefeated at home. More recent than I would have thought.
Okay, very good. So anyway, well done by Vanderbilt. They beat Kentucky. Now they will go on the road for rivalry week and try to take down the Vols at Neyland Stadium. We have made fun of Vanderbilt fans in only this respect because we have only one Vanderbilt fan that interacts with us on a regular basis.
Until now.
And we have questioned all of your existence until now. Except I met one at the airport in Las Vegas who went to the Titans game and was a very big Vanderbilt fan. He said he has been listening to The Zone since the Plaster days. For those of you who have been around long enough. We do have another. Chuck is in Aaron, Tennessee.
You there?
I am.
Okay. If you look at the common denominators there, UT and Kentucky and Vanderbilt and Kentucky, Diego Pavia could have easily hung 550 yards on Kentucky and probably put 60 points on them if he'd stayed in the game. They clearly beat Kentucky by a larger margin than Tennessee did. And common opponents, Kentucky dismantled Florida by a bigger margin than Tennessee. Now, that don't have any bearing on, but, Tennessee fans might want to pump the brakes on, we're just going to dismantle Vanderbilt.
Oh, no, I don't disagree. Thank you for the call, Chuck.
No, I think it's going to be a really good game. I mean,
I hope so.
Chuck going full-blown transitive property there, which I can appreciate. So common opponents, Vandy and Tennessee, would indicate, if that was something to give us information, which it's not, these things are all over the place, but common opponents would indicate that this is going to be a very close game, that these teams are on similar playing fields. Vandy lost 30-14 at Bama. Tennessee lost by 17 at Bama. And no question, Vandy played Kentucky better defensively than Tennessee did. That was a dreadful tackling performance on that day. Tennessee scored more than Vandy did against Kentucky, but both were blowout games. So I do think it's going to be a hotly contested game. And I know one thing, if you spot Vanderbilt 14 points the way Tennessee did a year ago, I don't know that you're getting out of there with a win.
Yeah, no, I would be surprised. I mean, the best thing that Tennessee has going for it right now is its offense, first and foremost, and then the idea that playing at Neyland in a hostile atmosphere. And listen, Vanderbilt has gone to Tuscaloosa in a hostile atmosphere. They lost. Pavia turned it over. Vanderbilt went to Austin in a hostile atmosphere and was down tremendous for 3 quarters and roared back, or tried to the tune of 21 fourth-quarter points. Pavia and Stowers doing a lot of heavy lifting there. And, they lost still, but it's not like they have been in these kind of games before. So you would say, to some degree, while they have not overcome those environments and teams that are just more talented than they are, clearly and obviously more talented, you could say that this has prepared them. Those 2 opportunities have prepared them for the opportunity to go to Neyland, handle an environment, and handle a team, or at least compete with a team that on paper is more talented than they are.
Tennessee defensively, I will say, deserves some credit for riding the ship in a lot of cases since that Kentucky game. They were solid against Oklahoma defensively. Obviously gave up a scoop and score touchdown, but defense kept Tennessee in that game the whole way and just dominated, shut down Florida for 4 quarters on Saturday. This is going to be a big challenge, but they did throw an interesting wrinkle Saturday, Tim Banks did, with the 3rd linebacker on the field. Edwin Spillman, local product. He's going to be playing one of his former high school teammates and Vandy receiver Junior Sherrill. They played together at Lipscomb Academy. But Spillman on the field with 2 other linebackers isn't something we had seen with Arion Carter and Jeremiah Thielander. So we'll see if Tennessee can carry that over, because this Vanderbilt team can test Tennessee better than anybody Tennessee has played since Bama in terms of the offenses they're trying to contain, especially the way Pavia's playing.
615-737-1045 is the number. If you would like to chime in on that, we can pivot back to the Titans' loss to Seattle here in just a minute, too. I'm sure it will not offend you to know that I'm going to root for Vanderbilt on Saturday.
Yeah, that doesn't mean anything to me.
I just think it's a better story. And I would love to say, I don't think they're making the playoffs even if they beat Tennessee. Like, they needed Tennessee to win over the weekend, obviously, for them. But none of the things that happened that needed to happen in front of Vanderbilt for Vanderbilt to improve their standing in the college football playoff rankings happened over the weekend. Oklahoma squeaked one out against Missouri.
They did. That ugly game. I can promise you I put 0 stock in who you're rooting for at any given college football weekend. With how flip-floppy you've been.
This is also like the most...
No, I think I'm pretty consistent on that. I don't care. I'll act like I care about Notre Dame, and then I just won't care about the rest of it.
Well, okay. The reason I think this is the most quintessential Buck rooting guide that there has ever been, one, he likes to stick it in the craw of whoever the largest listening base is. So rooting for Vanderbilt would tick off Vols. He likes to be on the popular side, and right now Diego Pavia is pretty popular. His mom's shaking what her mother gave her on game day. So
I was very over the idea that they showed his mother as many times as they showed him.
No, keep showing her. Show her more.
Last game on West End.
Show her more.
We think he's in the middle of a lawsuit. You're going to come back next year.
By the way, and we could talk about it later this week, Joey Aguilar's name being added onto that.
Yeah,
he had some comments on that on Saturday.
I want a PM cam at all time. PM. Pavia's mama. I need a camera on her. I want a picture in a picture where she's shaking it or having it at whatever you want to call it. I need a cam on her at all times. I wish I had a friend who had a mom like that as a kid. God, she's fine. If she doesn't end up working out with Theo Vaughn, I would like to throw my big-ass hat into the ring.
I love throwing in the she's fine at the end just in case there's any...
In case you didn't know, in case you thought I was talking about her merit as a mother.
Any room left for imagination.
God, it looks like she makes some great cookies. God, I bet she was an incredible driver to sports events. Like, hell no, she's a good-looking mammy. I want to see her more.
Yeah, nobody ever accused you of being subtle.
Well... That's how I get my point across.
In case that wasn't clear, I think she's hot.
In case no one was aware, she's a good-looking mama. I would love to Johnny Bravo. Hey, pretty lady.
That's Elvis.
Johnny Bravo, so good. Johnny,
one of the longest-running original Cartoon Network shows of all time.
That era of Cartoon Network cartoons is my entire childhood.
Samurai Jack.
Do the monkey with me.
Banger. Are we still saying that?
Come on. Shut up.
615-737-1045 is the number. Oh, good. We're getting calls on Rutgers basketball grades.
Yes.
Go ahead, Joe.
Let's learn something.
Okay, great job.
God, I feel so disappointing.
I feel so informed.
God almighty.
I didn't know that.
Bill is in Nashville.
Exceptional.
Bill. Jesus Christ.
My goodness.
What are we doing?
Go to break.
No, come on. We can't end it like that. Say something nice. Say something nice. Say something nice about Pavia's mama. Do it. About his mama.
I liked her T-shirt. The holiday season is upon us. It's still not too late to check this year's financial resolution off your list. Give Trajan Wealth a call today to start achieving your financial goals. I've talked to you about Trajan Wealth for a while now, and let me tell you, they will make retirement planning simple. No pressure, no confusing jargon, just clear, honest advice from fiduciaries who put your goals first. You will feel more confident, more prepared, and honestly relieved. If you've ever wondered if your plan could be better, get a second opinion from Trajan Wealth today. You can visit them at either of their Middle Tennessee locations, Brentwood and Franklin. Their number is 615-270-5000. That's 615-270-5000. Or visit them online at TrajanWealth.com. Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor. This is a paid advertisement.
Smashville hockey. Around here, it can sound like a language of its own. But hey, if you can pronounce Demumbrian, then names like Yossi, Shea, Marchessault will roll right off the tongue. Nashville Predators, only in Smashville.
One of the largest sports books east of the Mississippi, Circa Sports Kentucky, is now open. Catch all your favorite games on an 80-foot screen with stadium-style seating and live VSiN broadcast daily. Circa Sports, now open at the Mint Gaming Hall, Kentucky Downs.
My dad and I used to golf together all the time, but when he hurt his back, it was over.
To have your son want to spend time with you is amazing. That's why my chronic back pain has been so heartbreaking. Surgery, fused bones, long recovery. No way, not for me. A friend recommended stem cells, so I gave Kellum Stem Cell Institute a call.
I'm glad you're out on the course.
Yeah, it's really good.
Call the Kellum Stem Cell Institute today. Swing still looks just okay, though.
Last call for phone calls. That's right. This is the last segment of the show. We got Vol Network coverage of Tennessee and Rutgers coming your way. It'll preempt the rest of us. And Cover 2, 3HL, will be back live and local this afternoon. So Mike Keith, and who's doing the game with Mike Keith today?
Chris Lofton.
Okay, very good.
He's done them with Chris Lofton and John Wilkerson.
Ah, yes.
Oh,
yes.
Oh, this makes me happy.
We've been waiting.
All right. Respect.
We're only on for 7 more minutes, but by God, I will take as many of them as we need to hear from Ake in Shikaba, a.k.a. Jake in Cheville. Go ahead, Jake.
Lucas, man, my message is real straightforward. My hat's in my hand. Balls look good Saturday night. Put it on the Gators. Hey, man, congratulations. Good luck rest of the year. See you.
Mad respect, Jake. Mad respect.
No, I don't want respect. He threatened to punch you.
No.
He threatened to punch you. I want violence.
And then he came back hat in hand. We talked about this.
No, so you punch his hat in his hand.
For those that weren't listening, Jake in Shelbyville, a.k.a. Aiken Shikaba.
He got off that line real quick.
According to the call screener. Came in very...
No, not according to the call screener. According to Robert's dyslexia.
It's the keyboard.
It is the keyboard. Came in hot on Friday, saying that Florida was going to punch Tennessee in the mouth. I was getting threatening vibes.
Yes.
Very ominous vibes.
I mean, he does sound like somebody that would punch you.
And I just asked him to promise that he would carry that energy and call back Monday, regardless of what happens, and he did. So, shout out to you, Jake.
Man of his word. You get no longer Ake. Now you are Jake.
Yes, respect absolutely earned.
Well done. No, I'm not taking the guy that I went to on
He has an old phone.
I don't care.
He had a mistake.
Teach us something, Joe.
Hey, Buck. Hey, Lucas. Hey, sorry, I got a $1.98 cell phone, man. I'm 66 years old. Rutgers, Buck, and you all know this, man. Rutgers went to the Final Four in 76 with Indiana, Michigan, and UCLA. You know Indiana went 32-0, Buck.
Yep.
And you can't remember Rutgers going to the Final Four, man?
I was not alive.
Oh, they had Phil the Thrill Sellers. They had the best player in college basketball that year. Better than Kent Benson. Better than Scott May. And all those Indiana dudes, but they didn't have Bobby Knight on the sidelines.
No,
Joe, could you give us a little snapshot preview of this game between Tennessee and Rutgers happening?
Big Rutgers guy, are you, Joe?
Coming up in an hour?
I don't know a whole lot about Rutgers, but I know Tennessee's got Rick Barnes, and that dude's a fabulous coach because I'm a Vanderbilt fan, and I've seen Rick Barnes. His best, he's done great everywhere he's gone. But guys, he was fabulous at Clemson. He got Clemson basketball hated so much that who was the legendary coach at North Carolina, man? Dean Smith. He couldn't stand Rick Barnes because Barnes was taking it to him.
Joe, since you are a Vanderbilt fan, do you have thoughts on this weekend's game between Vandy and Tennessee in football?
Tennessee's got the better team, guys, but Vanderbilt will win the game because Vanderbilt is the oldest team in the Southeastern Conference. Vanderbilt's got a bunch of grown men out there.
Tennessee.
And that's the reason why they went down to Texas and got played bad for 3 quarters. But in that 4th quarter, they put it on Texas. But give Texas credit for winning.
Okay, Joe, I apologize that I did not want to take your call. You were the best call of the day.
That was fantastic.
Well done by Joe.
Are you kidding me?
Thank you, fellas.
Love you, Joe.
Thanks, Joe.
Sorry for being so old, but I love y'all show.
No, it's okay.
Bye.
Thanks,
Love
buddy.
you, Joe.
It's okay. We are also painfully young. I appreciate you citing the 1976 Indiana basketball team, the last undefeated basketball team in college basketball. I was not alive for any of my team's championships. It haunts me.
He's right about Vanderbilt's football roster being the oldest. Tennessee's is the youngest in the SEC.
Really?
In terms of percentage of freshmen on the roster, Tennessee has the highest percentage
But not
of freshmen.
playing meaningful snaps.
Some of them are.
Okay.
You got David Sanders Jr. out there playing right tackle. Like, there are young players. There are underclassmen, Mike Matthews, that are playing significant snaps for Tennessee. But Jaden Perlotti, we keep going. But great call by Joe. Tennessee, this Player Era Festival tournament is loaded.
It's good.
Loaded. Tennessee, Houston tomorrow for the first major test for the Vols.
Oh, you no longer have anything?
No, it wasn't that funny.
Okay.
No, I want you to say it.
Yeah, I mean, they never are.
Well, you were saying that Tennessee was the youngest team in terms of age, and I think they're also the youngest team in terms of their heart. A lot of children at heart.
I agree.
I told you it wasn't good, dude.
That was very nice.
And you're like, say it anyway so we can make fun of how bad it was. Dude, I'm a volume shooter, dude. I have to put them up.
Okay.
Dance for us. My marionette. You're just pulling my strings. Dude, it's like when you introduce somebody. I hate this. It's like, hey, this is my buddy Robert, man. He's so funny. And then everyone will look at you.
I don't ever introduce
Yeah,
you
because
that
you
way.
also never call me your buddy. This isn't about you. This is about me. And when
then
you'll be
he'll
like,
get drunk and look at me longingly and say, I love you, buddy.
I love you, dude. I don't know why you're so mean to me all the time, but I really do love you and appreciate you. Yeah, I don't know how any regular-hearted person would be able to hear that and go, shut up. Stop looking at me that deeply.
Well, it's real easy.
I don't even remember what I was ranting about. But, oh, yeah, when you introduce somebody and they're like, hey, that's my buddy. He's so funny. It's like, oh, I have to do something funny now. I'm funny like a clown. Funny like I amuse you. I'm more than that.
You are, buddy.
I'm so much more than that.
You are. You know what? We're going to take you to lunch.
Really?
We're going to take you to lunch. Well, no, we're going to take him to lunch. I didn't say we buy him lunch.
All right, a minute left of the show.
So this Player Era Festival, St. John's versus Iowa State today, Bama Gonzaga today. That's a great game. San Diego State, Michigan, Tennessee, Rutgers, Notre Dame, Kansas. Loaded.
Yeah.
That's basically a little mini. We just finished the season right now. We're good. Winner of the Players Era Festival, I declare national champions.
Oh, yeah? You feeling pretty good about Tennessee?
Unless Tennessee doesn't win it. But I am feeling okay.
Okay. Well, yeah, that's basically going to do it for us today. It's not basically going to do it. That is going to do it for us today. We will be back in full force tomorrow. We will have Nate Washington. We will have Jason Fitz. We will talk more about the weekend that was in the NFL. But for the rest of the afternoon, you get to enjoy the dulcet tones of Vol Network coverage because Mike Keith and the rest of the Vol Network crew will take you the rest of the way. Let's face it, buying a vehicle should be straightforward and stress-free, and that's exactly how Two Rivers Ford has been doing business for decades. This locally owned dealership has a non-commissioned sales team whose only focus is to find you the right vehicle at the right price without the pressure. So you'll actually have a fun car buying experience. Great prices, easy financing, and a non-commissioned sales team. Two Rivers Ford, the South's most trusted Ford dealer.